Hello, my name's Shamash, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can connect from a different generation. Be back in 30 seconds. So, hi, my name's Shamash. I'm a mindfulness teacher, and I'm going through the Action for Happiness calendar every day this month. And today is about connecting with someone from another generation. And I think it's a really nice thing to do, and it's really great for our well-being. First of all, connecting with anyone of any age is really healthy for us. But when we start seeing things from other people's perspective, when we try doing something new and different, in this case, is encouraging connecting with someone from a different generation, there's the opportunity of learning something new, of trying something new. And that helps to raise our mindfulness levels and our sense of learning something new too, which is wonderful. So, how can you do this? So, I'm going to share a few tips I've found online, which you may find useful in connecting with someone. And it doesn't, as I say with all the tips every single day, it doesn't have to be a huge thing. It could be just starting with just a few minutes making a connection, or it might even be a text message or something like that to start with, and then you can build it up from there. But the first tip that I found is to actually set a resolution. So you might actually think, I really want to connect more with my grandparents or people. If you're a grandparent or someone of an older generation, I just want to connect with younger children a bit more, and I haven't done that. So if that's the case for you, then set that intention. Be clear about that. Say that this is my goal, this is my resolution, this is something I want to do, and sit down and maybe write down some things that you want to do. Maybe write it on a piece of paper where you make a commitment, or in your journal about who you'd like to connect with and how you could do that. And then you can make that commitment even more clear by saying, okay, what day are you going to do that and what time are you going to do that? It really makes a huge difference when we actually take our calendar or diary out, but the date and time in which you're going to make that connection, that really makes a difference. So try that. Secondly, there are some kind of initiatives. See if in your community there's any particular initiatives which have kind of intergenerational connections. There's a couple that I found. I think they might be more American based, but there's one called Generations United, which encourages intergenerational connection. Another one is called Encore.org, ENCORE.org, and they help to kind of mix talent and skills and connect people together. But just that might just give you a bit of inspiration. You might be able to find an actual organization that helps to that connection if you don't know in your family or in your friendship network that could do that. Thirdly, you could simply make an effort to strike up a conversation with someone from a different generation. At the moment, it makes it a bit more difficult because we can't just bump into someone like that or meet up with them very easily either. So it's going to have to be something like using one of our online connection, everything from text messages and WhatsApp and or social media. And let's say if you're someone from an older generation, you could just potentially reach out to someone younger and just say, hey, you know, I use these social networks, or I don't use any social network. Could you maybe show me what you use, or how do you connect with your friends? And that could be the good starting point for a conversation, because younger people definitely love their technology. So that could be a nice way to start and strike up a conversation. Fourthly, and I really like this idea, this is a really good one, which is interview someone from a different generation in your family. And this website is suggesting one of the best ways to develop closer bonds with someone from a younger generation is to interview them. A truly wonderful way to have a one-on-one time with the grandchild, for example, make them feel extra special. And then there is actually a great website called Storycorps. It's an app which is developed by a non-profit, and their mission is to preserve and share humanity's stories to build connections with people. Storycorps, StoryCorps. So if you check them out, give you ideas, and you can actually record the interview, and they give you example questions that you can use and things like that. I think that's a really nice idea. I'm going to check that one out myself as well. And finally, this is something to plan for the future, perhaps, which is planning a trip with a certain member of your family from a different generation. And right now, in our challenging time, it could be a nice opportunity to think, okay, this is all going to be over at some point. We're not sure exactly when, but it will be, and we will be able to travel together or go somewhere together. And just to think about what you would do in that future date and how you'd spend the time, and just going through that process the plans trip could be really, really fun, and discussing where you might go, what kind of places you'd like to see. And you might be able to visit, let's say, certain museums that you'd want to go to together. You might be able to find online versions of that, which you could do. So the very process of planning a trip or going on a trip together is a real, real nice idea I like. And the final one that kind of comes to mind, which isn't on this website, that just kind of comes to my mind, is skill sharing. I think that's such a nice thing. As I said, younger people tend to be better at technology, not always, but they tend to be better. And they may be more than willing to share some of the things that they know and learn with an older generation. And older generations, I think that they've got more stories about the good old days or the bad old days. And they may have other sets of skills that they might want to share with their younger generation. And the younger ones might be interested in learning. Could be anything, carpentry or cooking or something to do with gardening, for example. So there's some ideas that one of these may trigger a certain idea, or you might think, hey, I might be up for trying that. And if not, there's loads of information online, so you can have a little bit of a Google and search around, and it inspires you to connect with the different generations. So that could be quite fun. So there's some ideas. Check out maybe some of those websites. I'll share the link with where I got inspiration for some of these ideas. Storycorps sounds like a really good one. If anybody else has got any ideas of websites that encourage that kind of collective of stories, or the idea of interviewing someone from a different member of the family, that could be quite fun. Then share that as well. All right, everyone, have a great day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our next challenge. And remember, spend a minute or spend even a few seconds thinking about this and what you could do as part of this. All right, have a good one. See you tomorrow.